Welcome everybody to our Diesel Nation team call on the To Be Mindset launch, which is happening this week. Like I just got all butterfly-y and stuff. May 2nd is the official launch of our newest program, a nutrition-only program, which we're going to cover in detail tonight. But it just so happens that it is also April 30th, the last day of April. And so if you haven't hit Success Club yet, you better jump off this call as soon as we're done and invite 100 people to your challenge group so that you can hit Success Club tonight. No ifs, ands, or buts. If you are building this business, you have committed to hitting Success Club because that's what we do. We help people every single month, and that is what moves the ball forward in our business, is having customers come in with our full package or Shakeology HD and giving them results and changing their life. So make sure that that is your priority tonight. Not until the clock strikes midnight do you go to sleep. You hear me? You always hit Success Club. All right, you guys. Today is a big day for our team. It's when we get down to the nitty-gritty and talk about launching a new program, and it is called To Be Mindset. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick screen share because I did put together a presentation for this call. Can everybody see that? Mindy, can you see the presentation? Yeah? All right. So we've already had Ilana on the call. Ilana Molstein is the creator of To Be Mindset. We hosted an incredible team call with her about 2 weeks ago, right before we left to Riviera Maya. If you have not seen that call, you need to watch it. Because, well, you need to watch that, and you also need to watch the National Wake Up Call that happened today with Ilana. Fantastic stuff, and getting to know her, you get to know this program. And so I really, really do encourage you between today and May 2nd, which is our launch day, when we all commit to this program, that you watch both the Diesel Nation team call that we had with Ilana Molstein, the creator of To Be Mindset, and the National Wake Up Call that happened today. Both fantastic. And you can find our Diesel Nation call right on my YouTube channel. It's probably like the last 2 videos that went up. So I want you to make sure that you do that and get educated. So a lot of you are new to the team. Some of you have been around where we have launched new products and you've kind of gotten into the groove when a launch happens, right? We just launched 80-Day Obsession in December. It was an amazing launch for our team. Our team grew. It's continuing to grow. And so I want to use 80-Day Obsession as an example of what can happen to your business when you focus on a launch. When a new product launches, there's always a lot of confusion with new coaches, because you're like, but I'm doing another program, and what am I supposed to do with this new program that's coming out? Tonight, I'm going to cover all of that to ease your concerns on how to launch a new program. But I want everyone to understand that when we have these launches, whether it was 80-Day Obsession, which has created this crazy snowball effect of not only freaking incredible personal transformations, but confidence in the business within our team. We are seeing more and more new coaches hitting Success Club because they've committed to 80-Day Obsession, and that's why these launches are important. And on top of that, as icing on the Shakeology cake, we have seen old coaches who kind of have taken a step back, and not old in age, but old in tenure, who have taken a step back in the business, come back full throttle with 80-Day Obsession and are not only in shape and healthy again, but restarting their businesses and getting re-inspired. And you guys, I don't know about you, but this year feels different, whether you've been in the business for a while or not. Let me just explain to you that this year with 80-Day Obsession, followed by the bars, and then followed by To Be Mindset, this is the Super Bowl, you guys. I actually said on our sneak peek the other day that these launches this year is like the friggin' World Cup, right? Because the World Cup is like the biggest sports event in the whole world. That's what this is. In the past, we had huge launches with the 21-day fix, and that was an immense blessing in my life because it was that program. And this is the power of launches, you guys. And I'm gonna beat this horse dead with this tonight. The launch of the 21-day fix literally retired me from the practice of law. And I don't say that, I say it 100% conviction that that's exactly what happened. I got results. I shared it on social media. I kept sharing it on social media. I kept sharing why this program changed my life. Our team followed suit, and bam, our team exploded after the 21-day fix launch. And again, it happened with 80-day obsession. And I guarantee you that it's going to happen one more time, at least this year, with 2B Mindset. We have Demas. And can you guys make sure you're muted? I cannot mute that person on the phone. Hold on a second. Everybody needs to mute themselves. Okay, I guess there we go. So what I was saying was that you got to take these launches seriously, and this program, which cuts through so many demographics, really has that same sense to it. I feel that this program, if all of us grab it, do it, learn it, and then start sharing about it, like people like Mindy, who's going to speak to us in just a second, people that you see on social media, Saudi Amante, Univis, all these amazing transformations that are coming out of these test groups. We're going to not only impact hundreds of thousands of people, I'm not kidding, but we're going to grow some big businesses out of the launch of 2B Mindset. So don't take that for granted. So what is 2B Mindset? If you're a new coach or a fairly new coach that's kind of confused about what's going on because you just got through 80-day obsession, or maybe you're still doing 80-day obsession. Well, it's our brand new weight loss program, only nutrition, that really gets to the mindset of nutrition, as opposed to following a very strict meal plan, which is kind of what we are accustomed to. Let's face it, when we talk about time nutrition, when we talk about the container system, when we talk about ultimate reset, 3-day refresh, all of those programs are very, very strict. So this program is going to be a little bit different in that there's no counting calories, there's no measuring of food or food groups. You're not going to be using the containers if you're following this plan strictly, and you're going to get to learn to love eating, but eating the right way, and also focusing on a positive relationship with food as opposed to a negative one, which I believe permeates through society. I know I feel it all the time. And so I'm really looking forward to how this program is going to change my own relationship with food, and teach me some things that I don't know and that I could use to help my customers. So it's, at the end, we say it's designed to help you understand and conquer emotional eating, thereby helping you create better relationship with food so you can lose weight happily and keep it off for good. And I think that right there is so key, because society, everybody, and this is the business we're in. We are in the business of health and weight loss. A lot of people tend to associate losing weight negatively and struggling, and it's hard, and it's a challenge, and deprivation, and all of those negative connotations come into play when we talk about weight loss. And so we're going to flip that on its head with 2B Mindset. And I believe, you guys, that based on what I'm hearing, and we're going to hear from Mindy right now on what it's done for her, that if this program is as great as the test group says, and as great as Alana says and Carl says, this is going to change the game. And so I need you guys to focus on this launch. I really, really do. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to walk you through the 3 different ways you can market this group, how to market this program, and all that stuff. But pay attention now to Mindy's words, who's going to talk to us about how this program has changed her life. So Mindy, I'm going to turn it over to you to quickly go over your To Be Mindset experience.
Hey everyone. So I'll give you a little backstory on myself. I was never into health or fitness. I was a skinny, fat person that had really horrible eating habits. And I was introduced to a fit and healthy lifestyle from Becky back in early 2012. And I went all in by following her lead. I got great, amazing results. And I finished P90X because of the help of her and the community. And I embraced it and it launched my business and everything was great. And then I found myself getting really lax with the workouts and it's something that I see happening all the time in my challenge groups, in my team, in our organization. Is people get great results and then they go backwards and then it's just this never ending cycle. And then a lot of times people get to a point where they're comfortable, but they still have a ways to go to where they want to be. And I know for me, I lost and gained the same 10 pounds over and over and over and over again with the launch of every new program. And while that helped build my business, it didn't help my confidence and I really never got to where I wanted to be. And in 2015, it was a really disastrous year on an emotional, mental, personal, and marital level. And I gained a lot of weight and I was able to get readjusted back. So I was in focus with my goals, again, with the help of Becky. And I reached my goal again of getting down to where my goal weight is around 137 pounds. That's a very random number, but it always seems like that's where I get and where I am the most happy and healthy. And then I noticed at the end of 2016, I started to gain some weight. And, at the end of the year, it was a big, push at the end of 2016 to hit elite. Anything could happen then. And so I thought, hey, I got a little bit lax. I was really focused on my business, on my team, on the growth and all of that. And also the fact that it was the holidays. So I didn't think anything of it. But then in 2017, the weight just kept coming and coming and coming and coming, and it wouldn't stop. And I couldn't figure out what it was. Everything that had worked for me from 2012 into 2016 didn't work. And at that time, I didn't want to try anything else because I bleed Beachbody Blue. I've never lost faith in Beachbody, but those things stopped working for me. I had a firm belief that they worked and it worked for other people, but for some reason it wasn't working for me. So I did what other people were doing. I looked into Whole30, keto. I even did one of the things that Chalene Johnson was doing, which was the 131. I looked into all these different things and nothing worked. If anything, it just kept seeing the scale go up. And I was put in the Shift Shop test group and I was put in the 80-day obsession test group. And I kept thinking with each program, this is going to be the one that works. And I saw people get amazing results in all of the programs. And I'll tell you that I followed them to a T. I was actually in Miami with Becky and Larry. When I was doing Shift Shop, they saw that I was like on point, and then they also saw that I wasn't getting any results. And while this was happening, I kept going to the doctor trying to figure out what was wrong. And at the time, it wasn't just the weight. I started experiencing extreme inflammation, extreme fatigue, and then joint pain. And it was very frustrating because I was doing all the things that would contribute to me being a healthy person. And I kept going to the doctor, and I spent thousands of dollars on tests, and I spent hours upon hours searching, the internet, trying to self-diagnose what my issues were, and I could not figure out what it was. And it was so amazing to go to the doctor and have these tests ran just to find out, hey, you're healthy. You have all the perfect numbers. It wasn't a thyroid problem. It wasn't leaky gut. It wasn't adrenal gland failure. It wasn't autoimmune disorder. It wasn't anything that I thought it was. And so I thought, well, what I'm doing is working, but at the same time, I still had a problem. And so it was frustrating to go to the doctor and have them say, you're healthy. And then be like, but I don't look healthy and I don't feel healthy and something's wrong. And doctors, I'm sorry, they don't have the answer. They just run a battery of tests. And if it's not in their face, and they're like, oh, and it's like, just come back. So I kept coming back every 3 months and it was nothing. And so at the end of 80-day obsession, when Tulin and I were like literally the only people who didn't lose a significant amount of weight, and it was when we had a significant amount of weight to lose, because I was 30 pounds overweight. She was 279 pounds to start. So obviously she had some weight to lose too. it stumped Autumn. And that's when I really started taking it serious. Like, something's wrong with me. Like, I remember Christina and I kind of were the same, same way, and I don't know, same point in life. And I thought, oh, this is going to be it for us. It's going to get us back on track. My attitude changed, everything changed. And then I was so happy for her, because I'm one of those people who can clap and cheer for somebody else. But like, she lost 20 pounds and I didn't. And I'm like, what's wrong? I knew the 80-day obsession wasn't broken. I knew that because two people out of like 75 people didn't get the results that they were looking for. So something had to be wrong. And so that's when I was like, knew something was wrong. And again, test results came back, nothing. So I ended up finding out that I actually had a food intolerance. I did this really cheap, inexpensive, quick hair strand test that came back and said that I was intolerant to peanuts, to almonds, to wheat, to, I don't know, something, dairy and all this stuff. So I took out certain things. I went to, vegan Shakeology. This is it. Nothing. And by this time, I could no longer work out. My feet hurt. There's pictures you can look on my album. Like, I literally looked like I was pregnant. I was 166 pounds. I was 164 pounds in September of 1999 when I delivered my 18-year-old daughter. And I knew something was seriously wrong. And my joints hurt, my hands hurt. I couldn't sleep. I was tired. I mean, no amount of coffee or Energize would work. And so I couldn't figure out what it was. And that's when I was invited to be in the To Be Mindset test group. And I wanted to believe that this was going to work. But I thought, God, this was the same thing that I thought about Shift Shop, the same thing I thought about 80-day obsession. And I had gotten into such a bad relationship with fitness, because I'm like, here I was doing hard workouts with Shift Shop, hard workouts with 80-day obsession, spending an hour there, dialed in nutrition, no results. I'm like, is this really going to work when there's not the element of exercise being pushed? But I decided, I kept telling myself, because I studied Tony Robbins and all these mindset things and mindsets, everything. So I kept thinking, like, just find the hope, find the hope, find the hope. But I'll tell you, my business suffered greatly in 2017, because we have to be proof that the products work. And I was doing the work, but my body was not the reflection of it. And I will say, I tanked Shift Shop launch. I tanked the 80-day obsession launch. I had maybe 30 people order 80-day obsession. That's pretty good. It's better than nothing. But I should have done more, because I was documenting 13 weeks of it. Shift Shop, I had one person do it. I tanked it because I didn't have the confidence, because my body wasn't a reflection that it worked. I didn't have that enthusiasm and that passion. And it was very frustrating for me. And I started questioning myself, never Beachbody. I never was going to jump ship. I had faith in it, but I was like, something's wrong with me. And I started hiding in leggings. I started hiding at home. I, did not like what I saw in the mirror. On top of it, my whole face was broken out. There were so many things that just led to me hating what I saw. And I felt like I was going backwards, but I was doing all the things that I needed to do. Like, I've told people, no amount of personal development was making me feel confident at that moment. And so when 2B Mindset came, I told myself, I'm going to go all in and trust the process, because at this point, what do I have to lose? And right when I was invited to be in the test group, waiting to get to get the documents, to get the information and to get started, I finally decided to go see my OBGYN. I found out and was finally diagnosed with PCOS. And that was something that was big. I don't want to get too big on that diagnosis, but I'd had all the signs except for the fertility issues, because I had 3 kids, 2 were not planned. So I had always just thought PCOS equals infertility. If you watched John and Kate Plus 8 years ago, that's the only time I ever heard about it. And I just assumed, infertility. And I kept seeing it when I was looking at the symptoms, PCOS. Well, I'm like, I don't have that. I have kids. Well, I do have it. And if you do any research on it, PCOS leads to insulin resistance for so many, which is like basically pre-diabetes, and it is brought on with weight gain. So I think that when I gained a bunch of weight in my really awful year in 2015, I think it triggered that part of the symptoms of it. I had other symptoms. I don't know, but that was it. So that made sense why in 80-day obsession, because Tulane has PCOS as well, we were doing high carbs and high fruit, and our body does not process it. There, people say, oh, it's too many carbs and sugars. That's not true. That's BS. But for a person like us, that is too much, because that worked for other people, and I trust the process with it. But that made sense why at the end of the 13 weeks, I started gaining weight when everybody else was getting ripped and shredded. That's why I started having all these problems. Well, 2B mindset and the diagnosis came at the right time. And I will tell you that because there's about 4 or 5 people in the 2B mindset test group that I was in that had PCOS. And I will tell you that the diet and the principles are PCOS diet friendly. And so it helped me combat the symptoms, helped me reduce the joint pain, the inflammation, and I've lost 21 of the 30 pounds since February 2nd. And I now have a completely different thought process when it comes to exercise now. Instead of like, oh, I ate like shit, so now I have to work out harder. Or, oh, if I don't get to work out, my whole world's going to come apart. We're in the middle of relocating back to California. And in 10 days, my husband and I packed up a house that had like 12 years of our belongings in 10 days and moved it to storage. He's in California. I'm staying in a temporary residence. I am so thankful that I had 2B mindset because it changed everything where I wasn't laser focused on working out, which physically I had hurt so bad. I was so relieved to hear, you don't have to work out. Let's just focus on this. And then I was so relieved to know that that wasn't the focus. So when we were moving and we were eating out, we were, under a high stress situation. I didn't have the stress of not being able to work out. My gym was taken away. I had my own personal gym at home. It was packed up. We were going, and I actually lost weight the whole time we were doing that. And I will tell you that I truly believe that contributed to the fact that my husband and I never fought. I mean, literally, the stress of where we were going to be living, where things were going, living apart was a very stressful situation. Anybody who knows us knows we're like crazy people, but we got along so great. And then I allowed myself after he left to give myself a week before I started working out. So the bulk of my weight was lost when I was not working out. It was just the last 3 weeks I started working out, and it still hasn't been crazy. I had not been following a program per se. I've been using Beachbody workouts. I log into Beachbody On Demand, and sometimes I feel like doing 21-day fix. Some days I feel like doing 80-day sessions. Some days I feel like doing shift shop, and I just do it. Some days I take a class at the gym because I've been doing my workouts there since I've been at a temporary location. And so that's so amazing. I went this week, or I went to Mexico on the Success Club trip. I obviously did my workouts there live, but I lost weight when I was there, and I ate and I enjoyed myself and I relaxed and I had an amazing time, and I didn't feel stressed about any part of that. I went to see a friend this weekend to say goodbye to him because we're going to be leaving in 3 or 4 weeks to go to California. And I didn't work out that day or the next day, and I didn't feel bad. I was able to be 100% present where I was. And that's something that I will be completely honest that I've not been able to do as a coach, because I've always felt like I have to work out. And if I cheat, then I have to work out. And that is something that back and forth mindset is over now. I can go on vacation and relax and enjoy myself and not feel stressed out and know that I could lose the weight easily. And so it's given me my confidence back. I feel like my business is on fire because I'm telling you, I was a sharer of information with the last couple of launches. And let me tell you, I see shares of information on my newsfeed all the time. And those coaches don't do well because they're just a share of information. When you are doing something and you feel invigorated from it, when you feel excited about the results you're getting, you don't have to really invite people. I know it sounds bad, but you don't have to invite them. Like the whole part of my journey, and I shared this with the coach the other day, the whole first 4 years of my journey, I never invited people. I did not reach out and invite people. I just shared so openly and so passionately that people came to me. When I had to invite like crazy, which I did not like to do, that's not my personality. It doesn't work for me. It works for a lot of other people, but I had to invite like crazy because I didn't have that passion that was burning through people's phones and computer screens. And now I'm doing it. I have almost 150 people who are wanting to do this because of what I've been saying. I've not had to beg them. I've not had to inbox them. I haven't had to follow up with them. I have that excitement. And so this is something that's going to be something that's revolutionary for people, regardless if you're overweight, regardless if you have great results already. This is going to change so much about your mindset when it comes to food, exercise, and it's going to take a lot of trusting the process, because especially if you came from Autumn's group, because there's going to be a lot of conflicting information. And what I've been telling everybody is, if you finish 80-day session and you've been doing time and nutrition and it's worked for you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But watch the videos because you're going to have some major aha moments about the principles that Alana shares that are just going to make your 80-day obsession journey and results even better. And so that's what, is so exciting about this, is that it can all be complemented with one another. But for me, it has brought my fire back. It has brought my passion back. And I love the fact that I never jumped ship. I took responsibility that it was my body that was broken, and I took the time to educate myself and figure out what was wrong, and I stayed with Beachbody. And as usual, just like the last 6 years, every solution that I have needed for any problem in my life has always came from Beachbody, and this just sells me even more to being Beachbody for life. And I just think about all the people who jump ship, and I hope that they come back. I hope that they can swallow their pride and their ego, and I hope that they can trust the process and go in, because Beachbody without fail has never failed me and has given me life back repeatedly. And so that's my story. I hope that that's been inspirational to you.
Can I just say one thing? Well, a few things. Number one, you look beautiful. Like, you're gorgeous, and you obviously have always been beautiful, but there's something special about the way you look right now. You are glowing like I've never seen you before. Seriously, like, absolutely gorgeous. Number two, because I've obviously known you for the last 6 years and have seen you like killed launches, and then not so much. And I first of all, congratulations on your results, but you deserve to have hundreds of people come to you because of how passionate you have been about 2B Mindset and sharing your journey with this incredible program. So I applaud you, Mindy. I am happy for you, Mindy. And I can say this about all the people I know that are in the 2B test group right now. Ati, Rolly, Miranda, Mary, all you guys, Katie, and there's so many Diesel Nation coaches that have been blessed with the 2B Mindset test group that have had this like fundamental, serious, profound change. And so first, thank you for sharing that, because now I'm even more fired up. I'm going to ask you that as I go through my presentation, as someone who has not done 2B Mindset, if something jumps out to you, Mindy, and you want to interject, you want to say something about it, please do so. Don't be shy. And then I'm going to ask the people that are watching right now that are in the 2B Mindset test groups from the beginning to now to help us in the coach page and go live. No schedule. I don't need to handhold. I don't need to tell you when to do something. But when you're available and you want to go live in the 2B Mindset test group and share your story and why this program has changed your life, Rolly, Miranda, all you guys, do it. Please just do it, because the more stories that we collect, the more transformations that we share, the more effective this launch is going to be for everyone. Okay, so I'm going to go back into my presentation now. The reason why I jumped off and I stopped sharing Mindy's pictures was because someone was writing all over my screen. So if you can hands off your computer while I'm in presentation mode, because that drives me absolutely bananas and is super distracting. So I'm going to back into share screen. And let me move this out of the way. Let me hit play. All right, so obviously these are Mindy's amazing pictures. So general information, and I'm not gonna take too much time here because there's a lot more meat to this presentation than info that you can just go into your coach online office and find. But we all know our official launch date is Wednesday, May 2nd at 12 a.m. Pacific time. So no longer do we have to wait until noon or till 3 Eastern Standard Time to get our hands on this. When you wake up on Wednesday morning, you can run to your computer and you could order your 2B Mindset launch kit, which is going to be obviously on sale for all of us coaches for, I think it's $80. It's $79.95 or something like that. We'll see that in a slide coming up. Number two, for all launch information, write down this FAQ, 9749. You literally don't even have to go into your back office to find this. Just Google 2B Mindset launch information FAQ, and this one contains it all, from what the program is, introducing Alana, some of the videos that are awesome in sharing this program, the launch details, package details, everything is in 9749, and the FAQs that come after that. Number three, this is extremely important, not only for our team and your team, but for recruiting purposes, for sponsoring purposes. The exclusive coach test group with Ilana starts immediately on May 2nd. So for you as a coach, you want to get that kit on May 2nd so you can get your invite, not an infight, an invite into the coach test group. But remember that there's going to be a window for you to get new coaches into that group. So utilize the test group as a recruiting tool. If someone's coming to you for information on 2B Mindset, always talk to them about the exclusive coach test group and obviously the discount and building your business from there. Number 4, the 2B Mindset app is going to be on a slight delay. It's not going to be available on May 2nd. It's going to be available on June 4th. Okay, so everybody understands that. You'll get it. Everyone will get it on June 4th. So you make sure you have to tell your customers that while they get, the log into the portal and all the videos and all the PDFs and all of that stuff, the actual app is launching about a month later. For all information to be Mindset, you can also go to your coach online office under Grow My Business, Breaking Coach News. The first one right there is about 2B Mindset, of course. And number 7, I have to thank Paulina Nowak for creating our Diesel Nation launch plan. She posted it as me in a bunch of groups. It's in Diesel Nation Diamonds. It's in my personally sponsored page. I know it's been spread around. If you haven't, look for it, and because she contains a lot of information, plus posting ideas, plus transformation pictures that you can use in showcasing this amazing program. So thank you, Paulina, for putting that together. I told her she should have shared it so that people didn't think I created it, because she just does these things so fast. But it's really, really, really good, you guys. So make sure to check that out. All right, why is 2B Mindset important for your business? Number 1, it's new and exciting, right? Anything new and exciting is going to be attractive to people. And it's also a nutrition-only program, like Mindy explained. Exercise is a bonus. And you guys, that's attractive to a lot of people, even people that are into fitness, right? So whether you're already into fitness or you have a customer base that's already into fitness, don't write them off. Everybody can use this program because it's accessible to all demographics, all ages, ability, size, and exercise formats. Think outside the box here, you guys. How many people go to spinning classes? How many people go to Orange Theory? How many people go to the gym and do Group X classes? All of those people need nutrition. I mean, just going to a wedding this weekend in Dallas and people talking about Beachbody and this, that, and the other. The problem across the board, you guys, is nutrition. Now you have an easy sell when it comes to 2B Mindset, because you can actually just say, guess what? I have a program that's only going to focus on nutrition, and exercise is a bonus. Like when you start feeling great, then you can start adding that in, but it's not required, right? That's kind of like opposite of how we've been doing things, unless you do Ultimate Reset or 3-day refresh. But it's always lead with fitness, because Beachbody is a fitness company. So it's different, and different is always exciting. So make sure you're focusing on this. Number 3, this is also something that once we learn it as coaches, we're going to be able to provide a lot of value in our challenge groups. So our 80-day obsession groups, your year-long groups, your free groups, your free nutrition meal planning groups, whatever kind of groups that you run, think of all the things that you are going to learn that you can then transfer information into your groups and then upsell this program to all of your customers. Number 4, it's a fantastic standalone program, right? We can all agree that this is a program that people can come in and only do, not have to do, T25 or 80-day obsession. They can only focus on 2B Mindset, or it can be in conjunction with a fitness program. Number 5, I mean, we're in business here, right? And we're talking about business, commissions, and volume. This launches are the biggest driver and sustainer of income than anything else. Every time we have a launch, just so that you guys understand this, who are new or coming into this business at this time, right, when after 80-day obsession and then To Be Mindset, is whenever we have a launch, you almost create a new platform for your income if you do it well. That's why I'm saying, like, don't write this off just because you're in the middle of 80-day obsession. There are strategies that I'm going to show you on how to talk about both at the same time. Don't be stressed out about it. If you don't talk about this, think of all the people that you're missing out on that might even be watching what's happening with Team Beachbody right now. And because you're not talking about it, they're going to find someone else. You know, Juanita over there, that she knows her neighbor's a coach, is going to, can you hook me up with her email? Because I know I saw her talk about To Be Mindset. So you've got to put this in your news feed. You've got to talk about this on Instagram because it is what is hot right now. And of course, we have various packages available for both new, existing, and coaches. So let's look at those. Just like the obsession, we're going to have a variety of packages. For us coaches, right? So us coaches, we're going to be looking at that basic column. And the reason why is, you guys understand this, coaches cannot buy challenge packs. Those are for our new and existing customers. So you are going to, on Wednesday morning, when you sign up, you're going to go into your Team Beachbody account and you're going to pay for your basic kit for $74.95, right? That's what we are going to do. With the purchase of that kit, you are going to gain access to Ilana's test group, right? So that's number one. Now, what about the other two? So the all-in package really is my starting point with my customers, right? If they tell me they don't have already a subscription to Beachbody On Demand, I'm going straight to all-in. I never bump down into Let's Do It. And by the way, I'm talking about the little titles on the packages. That's not what they're officially called, you guys. Whoever created this called it that. So I'm just going to follow her verbiage, but I'm always going to focus on all in. Why? Because it's easy to go all in and say, you know, we're going to focus on To Be Mindset first, but I can pretty much guarantee that after you start getting your groove and start feeling good and start losing weight, you're going to want to start exercising. And so we have Beachbody On Demand. And so I'm going to position this so that they commit fully to this lifelong process. Now, what if they already have Beachbody On Demand? Because guess what, you guys, and this is what I'm experiencing in my own launch for To Be Mindset. I have a slew of customers that just couldn't do time nutrition, that felt that it was too restrictive, and that's fine. So they already have BOD. They already have their annual access because they purchased it in December, January, February, or March. So I then position the Let's Do It package to them. And so I'm going to have a good combination of customers coming in with the big pack, with the middle pack, and then also for those customers that are already doing a fitness program and just want and Shakeology and just want this new tool in their tool belt, they're going to get the basic package. And I know I get this question all the time. Well, are you going to require Shakeology for your To Be Mindset groups? I'm going to say this now. I am not going to, because I am not going to require Shakeology for my To Be Mindset groups. That's very different from what I did with 80-Day Obsession. 80-Day Obsession, if you didn't purchase a challenge pack with me, you're not coming into my group. Why? Because I committed fully to 80-Day Obsession, and I expected everyone that wanted my results to do what I did. And so it was very easy for me to say, you're coming in with a challenge pack. With To Be Mindset, I'm going to have a more long vision approach to this program. I'm not going to be as stern on that Shakeology requirement, because I do believe that once I can get them committed to Be Mindset, that I can set them up for a annual Beachbody On Demand challenge pack in months to come, right? And so I'm not going to, make them disappear from me. I'm going to work with them until I get them to sign up with the challenge pack down the road. All right, To Be Mindset, first step. So what are you going to do? You're going to do your research, now. You're going to learn about this program now. Like I said at the beginning of the call, you're going to watch the call with Alana. You're going to watch the National Wake Up Call, because education is important when it comes to this program. Knowledge is power, you guys, and this is where you have to learn, because as you're having conversations with your customers, you need to understand how this is going to impact them. You're going to have, if you are doing this, if you are already sharing this program, you're going to have people from all walks of life with all kinds of issues come to you for this program. So you want to have your, you want to have your learning hat on and get educated. Are you going to know everything? No, but do your best between now and May 2nd. Number 2, obviously, we're going to commit. You're going to commit to this process with 2B Mindset. You do not have to stop your fitness program unless you want to. And in the next slide, I'm going to share kind of the 3 different paths that I think people can take in doing 2B Mindset. But your job is to learn the program, understand the principles, and start implementing them into your daily life. That's what you have to do, regardless if you're going to stop and do 2B Mindset fully, learning, watching the videos and all that stuff, or you're going to continue with, let's say, 80-day obsession. The choice is yours. You don't have to do one or the other. Number 3, get excited. Mindy nailed this. I didn't even have to talk about this. When you are passionate, when you are transparent, when you are excited about what is coming, you become a magnet for people. When you're posting with clarity, with conviction, and with passion, it just happens. So even though, and a lot of people think this, and it's almost you're blocking yourself from success. I've heard it before because I've been part of test groups. Oh, if I wasn't in a test group, then I can't have a big launch. BS. You are cheating yourself out of what you can do with this launch. And by the way, May 2nd is just day 1. There's May 3rd, May 4th, May 5th, May 10th, May 15th, June 1st. There's the rest of the freaking year. There's the rest of forever for you to be successful for 2B Mindset. So don't think just because you weren't in a test group that you can't be successful with this program. Get on board, start it right away, get into Alana's groups, participate, and watch your business grow. And then lastly, get your team excited. This is a great opportunity to bring back discount coaches into the fray. I mean, it happened with 2B Mindset. It's going to happen again. It happened with 80-Day Obsession. It's going to happen again with 2B Mindset, where people are going to get re-inspired because they're going to see a slew of transformations coming. So while you are inviting new customers, invite your discount coaches to your challenge groups. For me, every time I have a coach that came on board for the discount for 80-Day Obsession and they want to do 2B Mindset, I'm like, fill out an application because you're coming into my group. It's no discrimination here. I want everybody participating with 2B Mindset. All right, so in my head, this is the way I see the marketing plan. There's 3 tracks. The first person is the all-in person, right? The second kind of person, which is where I fall into this middle category. And I said this the other day on a live on IG, and Sue was like tripping out over it. I call it the tool and not the rule. Someone's unmuted. It's the Miriam, you are unmuted. Miriam, the tool and not the rule. And then the last one is the upseller. So I'm just going to quickly go through them. I think you kind of understand. Can someone mute Miriam or kick her off, one or the other? I can't do it. I should have. So the all-in person understands the immense value behind this program and is committing to focus solely on this launch. I see Mindy as an all-in. I see Melissa Gallimay as an all-in. I see Rolly as an all-in person, right? They're in the test group. They're like 1,000% committing to this process. And this is it, right? This is what they're going to do for the next couple of months. This is what I did with 80-Day Obsession. It was like, if you're not doing 80-Day Obsession, go elsewhere because this is what I'm focusing on. Second on that is we'll be strictly following this plan, right? Because you're all in on 2B Mindset, and then you're hosting 2B Mindset success groups. If you guys didn't know this, they're not called challenge groups with 2B Mindset. They're called success groups. That's going to be fantastic. This middle column, and I think this is where I fall in, and I think a lot of people are going to fall in. They understand the immense value behind the program, but may not solely focus on this program, on this launch. So for me, I am still 100% building 80-day obsession challenge groups, but I'm also talking about to-be mindset. They're not mutually exclusive. For me, I'm going to use both of them to build my business. I'm going to continue exercising. I'm not going to stop while doing to-be mindset. Game on. I'm still focused on that. Then this person will be learning and implementing to-be mindset principles, but may also follow another nutrition plan. So time nutrition works for me. I friggin' love it. Like, I just love the structure. I love the containers. Cheryl, you are unmuted. I want everyone to understand that there's flexibility in this and that you can do one or the other. And for me, I'll be hosting my 80-day obsession groups, and I will also be hosting a to-be mindset group. So I think a lot of people are going to fall into the tool, not the rule. And the reason why I called that is because you're going to use to-be mindset as a tool and not necessarily what everybody has to do. When it came to 80-day obsession, it was the rule for me, right? It was the only thing I wanted people to do. I wanted them to do time nutrition because it worked for me. And then the last kind of person is the upseller. And I think this one is going to morph, because I think a lot of people are going to do this anyway, which is, you understand, but you're still going to be committing your customers to a fitness program and then upselling them, whether it's at checkout, and say, hey, we also have this nutrition plan that's really successful. It's video-based, so it's really not going to take a whole lot of your time, but I think it would really benefit you based on what we talked about, X, Y, Z. I think this is why you should get this too. Or in your fitness groups, this upseller coach is pushing to-be mindset gently in challenge groups so that existing customers buy the program after they're already involved. All right, so you're always thinking of what's the opportunity with to-be mindset. And so same here, you're maybe following to-be mindset, you may be following another nutrition plan, and then you may or may not host success groups, but you will be talking about to-be mindset in your existing groups. Does that make sense? I can't see your comments because I don't know where my mouse is, but hopefully that makes sense and eases your concerns about what to do, right? You don't have to go all in. You can make this the tool, not the rule, or you can use it as an upseller. All right, how to effectively market to-be mindset. Number one, you have to be transparent about what this program means to you. And that's gonna look differently to everybody. Why are you excited about it? Why do you need it? Wait, that's a typo. Oh, typo. Were you always excited, or did you resist it at first? Share why. So I wrote that because that's kind of how I was when I heard about to-be mindset. I was like, not so sure about this, video-based, I'm not so sure. So now I'm actually sharing to my my social media that's how I felt, but this is why I've changed, and now I'm really excited because X, Y, Z. Storytelling and transformation pictures are absolutely key for this program. Stories, stories, stories. Why does your niche market need this program? And that means reflecting on yourself and saying, why do I need this program? For me, it's celebrating with food and alcohol, right? Every time I do something good, I'm like, woohoo, margaritas. Well, maybe I can shift that thinking into something else. And maybe I can help my customers who are all, woo, margaritas too, into doing something different and having change. That just as an example. Use engagement posts to draw attention and start conversations. I gave you an example here. If there was a program that can teach you how to deal with and overcome emotional eating, would you be interested in learning more? Things like that. I know you've been seeing them on social media. Some of them are outstanding. When you see a good attention-grabbing engagement post, take a screenshot of that and share it, right? Share it on your wall, but also share it in your team pages so that other coaches can kind of get ideas. And by the way, Paulina has added a few of those into our Diesel Nation launch plan. Use IG stories to showcase the program. If you go to Monica Lopez's IG stories today, actually, it just popped off her IG stories. What she did yesterday was effing brilliant. Monica, I'm so going to steal it because I always steal everything you do. But today she showcased transformation stories, and it was beautiful. It was effective, and it was to the point on this program. Yesterday she did a whole series of polls. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was brilliant. Think outside the box. Think differently. How are you going to stand out when marketing this program? Use polls in IG stories, draw an attention with tap, tap, taps, you know, a series of transformation pictures, share lots of transformations, go live and share why you're excited about 2B Mindset. So I'm going to end with, let's rock this launch and help tons of people. I truly, truly believe that this program is going to change a lot about our business positively. And I do think that those that embrace 2B Mindset, their business this year is going to look very different in 1 year than it does right now. So embrace it. Don't overthink it and just do it. Once you believe in it, after you purchase it and get started, the business results will follow. Make a plan and execute. Commit to hitting Success Club on May 2nd, because I know you can, because you're going to tonight make a list of everyone you know that needs this program. You're going to stay organized, use Woofu apps, their Google Docs to keep track, think outside the box, and take no prisoners with this launch. All right, hold on. Let me stop share. Mindy, did I forget anything? I don't know if she's still on. But you guys, I hope that this was helpful. I'm going to take a quick glance at, yes, the challenge, just like any, Dixie just asked, just like any launch, the challenge packs have Success Club points. So the all-in and the let's get started pack, or whatever it was called, they both have SC2, right? So absolutely, that's where you start. You got to start with those 2 packages. All right, let me keep going up. Oh, Mindy's saying ask, yep. There is the rest of forever. So if they already get Shakeology on HD, do they buy the basic package? So this is where I investigate. I think that's a great question, Alyssa. I investigate. Where are they in their Shakeology bag? If they have a week left of their bag, they're buying a challenge pack. You know what I mean? They're not, that HD's not kicking in. They're going to cancel their HD and buy a challenge pack. Why? Because the sale that they get on this challenge pack, right? It's $160 at launch or $200 with Beachbody On Demand. So investigate. When you have a customer that already is on HD, where are they? Did that bag just process? If it just processed, sure, you're going to get the basic kit. But if they, in a week, are going to be out of Shakeology, then cancel that HD and have them buy the challenge pack. Okay, so need this right now. What if we're signing up a spouse as a coach? We don't want another Beachbody On Demand. So that's where you get the middle package. If you want 2B Mindset, but you want the middle package, that one does not come with Beachbody On Demand. So that's what I would do. So you guys understand, I was on the coach advisory board when this program was being, announced to us, and I fought. You guys have no idea. Like, I lost hair over this, whether this program was going to go on to Beachbody On Demand for free or whether it was going to be on a separate portal. And I fought tooth and nail for it to be on a separate portal where we can not only sell it separately from Beachbody On Demand, but get commissions, have it outside of the black hole, because Beachbody On Demand has so much stuff to have it outside. So it's a standalone product. And so I'm very proud of that. And I just wanted to point that out because this is going to change your income game. Like, I know this. We needed these products that were standalone outside of Beachbody On Demand to boost volume, to boost paychecks. And so that's something, like, don't just like brush this off. And I know I've said that 8,000 times on this call, but sometimes you gotta just beat it down because it's so very important. All right, I think we are done. Are you guys excited? Spirit fingers, are we excited? Okay, you guys, 2 days. We've got 2 days. Start posting. Stories are important. Your storytelling is going to be critical now. Share stories with transformation pictures, but talk about you, because I guarantee you that we all need this to some extent. we all have issues when it comes to food, and you know, some people may think that they have it all together, but if you're beating up yourself over having those tacos or that burrito or that drink, and the next day you feel like shit and you go into well, there's probably an issue there that you need to overcome. And from what I'm hearing, 2B Mindset's the program to make us overcome this and be happy with the way we look and our results. So I love you guys. Thank you, Mindy. Let's have a freaking killer launch. And all you test group participants, Rolly, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at Melissa Galame. All you guys that are doing this program, hook us up with your stories in our Diesel Nation page. Go live, share, so that we have ammunition to help a lot of people. Love you guys. I'll post a recording in just a second. Mwah. Talk to you later.